Okay, I'm gonna give another speak here. It's something I thought of that my life. I'm trying to record things that happened to me in my life as I remember them. And I remember my grandfather on my mother's side died before I was born. The grandmother on my mother's side, she was alive for a year or two or three, but I was still a baby. I don't remember her at all, but I do remember things that people said that she said about me, and I think I said it earlier before in one of them that she called me Jan Jr. because my grandmother on the mother's side were both Norwegians, and it's kind of strange that they both came from Oslo, Norway, and come to America and wound up in Dallas, Texas, and got married. But thought that I might have said that one of these others, but I thought it worth saying again because it's such strange. I mean, it's I'm lucky I'm here like I am. It's a wonder I didn't have different grandparents than what I got on my mother's side. It's kind of unusual, but anyway, I'll go on and talk about things other than that. I know talking about my grandparents on my father's side. Now, both of my grandparents on my father's side were still alive when I was born. But my grandfather on my father's side, he died when I was real small. I think I remember seeing him, but I can't visualize him real clear. So I remember, I do remember sitting on the front porch of his house. It had two cement slab things on each side of the walk that went into the house. And it was a real wide walk. It wasn't like just a 2 or 3 foot walk. It was about 10 or 12 feet wide that went into the house because it was a two-story house, and it had rooms on each side on the floor, and had rooms on each side at the top. It was a big house, and I'm gonna make one of these things on my grandfather one of these days. It may take 2 or 3 because it's kind of it gets kind of involved, and of course everything I'm going to say is going to be just something. It's not going to be something that's absolutely, you know, absolutely correct. I'm going to be guessing at a lot of things. But anyway, I want to talk about my grandparents on my dad's side. Like I say, I kind of remember my grandfather, but I can't really get a clear picture of him. But my grandmother, I knew her real well on my dad's side. She she lived on the corner with my dad's sister of the corner of Bertrand and Cheyenne Road in the house there that my grandfather had built for his daughter, which Eleanor was her name. She'd been married twice. She had she had I'm trying to think. She had two children, I believe. But swear to God, I can't think about one of them. I don't remember the other one. Joe Murray was the one that I remember. He lived with us for a while for some reason. It's way back there when I was a little kid. I don't know why I don't know why her son lived with us for a while. Might have been that she married 2 or 3 times, I think. Might have been one of the husbands. I'm just guessing. I probably ought not say this, but it could have been that one of her husbands didn't like her son, and he come down and lived with us. I don't really know. We're going way back on it when I was maybe 6, 7, 8 years old. I can't remember. A lot of stuff had happened back then. But anyway, I do remember grandmother. She come up quite a bit and stayed with us. See, when I was real young, my mother stayed home an awful lot. We didn't have no grocery store. I'm gonna have to get around to explaining how we got that grocery store. My dad had a grocery store across the street from where our house was, but we didn't always have one. I remember, before that grocery store was on that lot across the street. But anyway, I remember her real well. She died. I was the last one, I think, to ever see her alive. I was just a little kid, and I was going to grade school. And I got ready to go to school one morning, and my mother give me a glass jar with some water in it. Well, I believe it was empty, come think of it. But it was a glass, one of those just regular old glass jar. It wasn't no fancy thing. But she told me to go pick some flowers and take to my grandmother, because she lived on my way up to the school. And anyway, I took the flowers. I went out and picked them. That lot across the street. That lot across the street had a lot of little old flowers. They were, gosh, I don't even know the names of them. But anyway, we picked them. And I picked a bunch of them, stuck them in that jar, and went by her house and went in and got some. I got some water and stuff put in a jar, and I took it in there. She was laying in the bed. Her grandmother was laying in the bed. And she didn't have no teeth. I mean, she'd lost all her teeth. I don't know if she had false teeth or not, but I remember she might have been dying when I went by there, to tell you the darn truth, because she was trying to say something to me, and she couldn't. I remember laying in that bed, and I remember looking at her, and I was just a little kid. I was probably 5, 6 years old. Of course, I didn't know nothing about death and people dying and all that stuff. But this was on my way to school. And I do remember her trying to say something to me, but I knew she had false teeth and couldn't talk very plain, And I laid them flowers there and showed her that to them, and she never said anything, but it looked like she was trying to say something. But I went ahead and left and went on to school. When I got home that afternoon, I found out she had died sometime during the day. So I kind of believe I was probably the last person to ever see her alive. And it's just too bad that I was so young that I didn't understand that she was probably trying to say go get her family and everything, because she was probably on her last breath or two, and I was just too young to realize what was going on. I kind of hate it, but there ain't nothing I can do. I can't change. I can't go back. My God, I don't know how many years ago that was. 50 years ago, maybe. I don't know. Maybe even longer. I'm 84, so it could have been if I was 5 years old. Oh, my goodness. 5 or 6 years old. Oh, Lord, that's been years and years ago. So anyway, I really hated it that I didn't tell somebody about it, but I didn't know. I didn't know she was dying, I had no idea. I didn't know what death was. But anyway, that was something that I kind of regret that I didn't realize. But you can't go back and change things. I mean, what is, and what happened. Ain't nothing I can do about it. I really hate it, but that's the way it goes. Things like that. I mean, I wouldn't have done it in the world if I'd have been old enough to realize that she was dying. I would have went and told somebody, but I just saw her. I just thought she couldn't talk because she's old or something. I'm 84 now, but I don't know how old she was when she died, but she wasn't no 84. People didn't live long then. You lived 75 years old. Back then you were an old person. I know when I was young, they said somebody 70 years old. My goodness, how could anybody live that long? Here I am, 84. So I guess medicine has helped out a little bit. Of course, our fearless leader, he's going to solve all that problem. These eugenics people, they're wanting to get rid of a lot of people, and our fearless leader, I'm sure he's going to help them out. I've already, this outfit that I worked for all them years and got a retirement thing. My son was trying to help me with this. They're going to stop IBM's going to stop my medication I've had for the last 28 years. And they're going to come up with some kind of junk here. It's going to be a mess. And I got a strong feeling that, that the whole thing's designed to get rid of, they call it eugenics. They're going to try to get rid of folks like me. And then they're going to work down to folks like you before it's over with. But I ain't gonna worry about it because I'm ready to go. It's one of those things. I would like to tell you the truth. I'd like to live for quite a bit longer because I'd like to see how all this gonna come out. It's hard to believe that this government is like it is right now. I can't hardly believe it. I mean, it's such an evil government. I mean, God, they give the illusion. You think that you got the right to make a choice between a Democrat or a Republican. That's the biggest crock of baloney you ever heard of. Hell, they rigged that stuff. They purposely ran a damn Mormon because they knew any Christian that had any sense would know better than vote for a Mormon. Hell, Jim Smith, John Smith, or whoever the hell it was that started that church up in the east, they run him out of there. I mean, he started out west. First place they could find to settle. Nobody wanted him till they got out to Salt Lake, out there in the desert. Hell, he had 50 wives, 150 children. Wrote his own Bible. He even had the guts to designate some, saints. I mean, the Church of Jesus Christ and the Latter-day Saints. Ain't that a joke? Them people are something else. I'm gonna tell you the truth. There's a couple. They send them boys out on bicycles from that church, on bicycles with black suits and all that stuff, going around trying to promote their bullshit. And they showed up at my doorstep one day, and boy, I scared the hell out of them. I run them off, told them, God forgive me, but I told them what they really was. Then I took their bicycles and threw them out in the middle of the street and told them if they ever stepped foot on my property again, I'd kill them. So go peddle your, oh God, I can't say the words that I told them, but I said about 15 or 20 bad words, and then I told them their religion. They ain't got no religion. Nothing but a bunch of damn bullshit. Mormons ought to be run out of this country. Ignorant. Then they run one to show you, I mean, if you ain't got enough sense to realize that these elections are rigged, they purposely ran one of them Mormons on a Republican ticket so that Christians like me, ain't no way in the world I was going to vote for no cotton-picking Mormon. God almighty. They ain't even Christians. I mean, all the hell they want that damn face. All they want to do is they want to marry about a dozen women apiece, When God didn't make but a man and a woman. He didn't make a man and 50 women to go with that man. See, people don't go by the Bible. Damn hellholes that they call churches nowadays. I'm getting off on religion again. I don't care. I'm going to tell it like I see it. Hell, what are they going to do to me? Kill me? Hell, I'm already 84. It might be a damn good thing government come get me and take care of me. What's going to happen? They're going to die? Oh, I'm scared to death. The government's going to come kill me. God, I'm just sitting there shaking in my boots. But you folks better worry. All you young folks, you better think long and hard about this country, because boy, you done lost it. It ain't nothing like it was when I grew up. It just doesn't turn. I sit here and watch TV and Netflix and movies, and I even turn it over once in a while. I'll even turn it over on the TV, but I can't hardly stand TV. It's so disgusting, and so, boy, I mean, you people may not even notice it, but it ain't nothing but propaganda. The whole damn thing ain't nothing but propaganda. I mean, and you don't see it. You don't see it because you brought up, but you've seen it ever since you was a baby. See, I didn't see it till I got about 75 years old, because I never watched TV. Well, I got to stop this one.